Hey there, YouTube. We are back with another video. Looks like today's finally going to be the day that we get to shoot that Hawkwn rifle we refinished. For those of y'all that might be seeing this video for the first time, I I did some horse trading with Missouri Old Timer a few months back, and I got this in the trade. I I knew it was kind of rusty when I got it, and I cleaned it up, and it cleaned up pretty good actually. Now that taking everything into consideration, but I have tried several times to fire this thing, and I just haven't been able to get it done until today. So we're gonna shoot this thing today, and then maybe after the shooting video's over with, I'll show y'all some of the damage. Well, what's left that you can see of the damage from Hurricane Helene. This place was a lot worse than it is now, but oh well. I get this crap cut up and burnt. Get this crap cut up and burnt when I can. There's quite a lot of trees down here in the yard around the pond, and in the part of the yard that we actually keep maintained and not woods. And by what I mean by that is, this is a fairly large property. We actually have woods on here that's, well, they're big enough to get lost in. But anyway, that's kind of beside the point and off topic anyway. Okay, let's go down here and turn around and, well, let's go down here and take a look at the target we're going to be shooting today. It's nothing special, but all right, I'm going to cut the camera and take you down there. Okay, that's our target, and that old wooden frame under there is that target frame we built shit in 2018 or 2019. Of course, being out in the weather's kind of done wrecked that thing, but anyway, I built that thing, and I asked Paul Harrell, the gun tuber, what he thought of it and if he had any ideas on it. And then he did a video on it, and he linked my video in the description, and people came by, and watched my video. Most of them left pretty decent comments, and I got a lot of subscribers out of that. About half, well, over half of the subscribers that I have are people that subscribed because of Paul Harrell mentioning me. Now that Paul Harrell's gone, I guess I probably ought to go ahead and say, tell his family how sorry I am of it. But I mean, they also kind of ask us to refrain from saying anything like that until they had time to heal, and I sure hope that they've had time to heal at least enough to be able to, that not to hurt their feelings. But anyway, thank you, Paul Harrell. You helped my channel out more so than I think you ever realized with that, just by mentioning me in that video. Okay, YouTube, I'm gonna spin you around here. I'm not gonna bother cutting the camera. Back up the way, you see that log there, kind of in the center of the screen near the top. That's where the gun's at, and that's about 55 yards from where we're standing at. And that's where we're gonna fire that gun from, 55 yards. I'm gonna take one shot just to be sure the gun's not gonna blow up. And then if it survives, then you'll see me take 3 shots down here at this target. I am not going to film the loading sequence every time, all y'all are really going to see is bang, 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 bang. And then we'll go take a quick look at some of the damage from Hurricane Helene. All right, let's cut this camera and get back up there and we'll get started. All right, YouTube, the first test shot with this thing was successful. It didn't blow up, no signs of distress. So here we go with 70 grains. I don't even know if I hit that. All right, I'm gonna pause and we'll reload. All right, YouTube, here we go with shot number 2. See if I can actually hit it this time. I think I got it that time. I'll tell you, YouTube, this hair trigger on this thing, you know, it's got the double set triggers. That's gonna take some getting used to, because this thing is it's a hair trigger. In fact, I feel like it might be a little too light. But anyway, I cut the video and we'll load up again for the third and final shot. All right, YouTube, here we go with shot number 3. I don't know if that one's going to be a hit or not, YouTube. Let's cut the camera and we'll go down there and look at the target. Well, YouTube, look at there. There's 250 caliber holes. The first shot number 1, missed. This is shot number 2. I even saw where it hit the mound back there and was able to recover the piece of lead. I did not know dirt would flatten lead out like that. This here's shot number 3. And I know that's bad grouping, but I was just aiming at the target in general. I wasn't really trying for any precision because, well, you know, when you restore these rusted guns, it's a crapshoot if they shoot straight. This one, seems like it might have been a survivor. And I see where that one hit the mound too. So let's see if we can recover that lead ball. Hold on there, YouTube. Okay, YouTube. We were able to recover 2 of the lead balls. That's good. That was with 60 grains. And they penetrated that red clay mound there through paper about 4 inches. Y'all let me know if y'all think that's enough for deer hunting, or if I need to up the grainage. Grainage. Here's a bigger charge. Alright, let's walk on back up there to where the gun's at. Now, YouTube, I do not know if y'all gonna be able to hear me or not. I'm trying to speak loudly, so maybe you can, but okay, you know, I did a video showing the condition of this gun when I got it, and y'all saw a Serios. What in the world kind of word is that? uh, y'all saw my little video series of refinishing this thing, and we cleaned the rust out of the barrel and everything. There's still marks in there where the rust was at, but it doesn't seem to have really affected it. Granted, I've not tried conical bullets yet. That'll be some other time. But overall, I think it turned out really well, and I think it's going to be a good gun. Though I do have one question that I'm not very familiar with on these Hawkwn models. Is all this burnt powder here around this, is that kind of normal for these? I don't remember on my other rifle of it being this way. I mean, I could be wrong, but oh well. Maybe y'all can see that. It seems to have quite a bit of little powder burnage there. I don't know if that's normal or not. If any of y'all know, let me know. Alrighty, YouTube, I'm gonna light me up a cigar, and then we're gonna walk around and I'll let y'all see what's left of the damage from Hurricane Helene. Okay. Obviously, this tree we're sitting on was pushed over. Man, straight as that is, boy. No, that must be a baby squirrel up in that tree somewhere hollering. Or a baby bird. Huh. Anyway, that makes me wish I had a sawmill. Dadgum, that's be a lot of lumber. Matter of fact, that one, and that one, all of those would make some dang good lumber for, future projects. Okay, you can see all the crap down through there. By the way, what you're seeing over there, the greenery in the edge of the screen over there, well, near the top of the screen, that's crap growing around the edge of the pond. Anyway, yeah. See, Hurricane Helene just kind of tore everything up. Let me cut this camera and we'll walk down behind that target berm, and then we'll see what's down back there. By the way, it's perfectly safe, YouTube. I'm the only one here right now. Not sure if y'all can see this pile of crap that was in the shooting segment of this video. Not sure if y'all could have saw that from that angle, but yeah, that tree right there is kind of blowed over, but it's caught up in that other tree, and dang thing's been there for months and it won't come down. Sorry, YouTube, got your legs caught on something. That tree fell. The hurricane kind of pushed it over, but didn't push it all the way over. It fell about 2 weeks after Hurricane Helene came through. If you're wondering why the video is kind of aimed at the ground at times, YouTube, this part of Georgia is notorious for having rattlesnakes, and I mean damn big ones too. A couple years ago, me and Michelle were going down the road in her car. Don't remember where we were going, but saw a rattlesnake crossing the road. It was so long, its entire body covered one lane of the road. So that'd be somewhere around 7 to 8 feet long. That's a big rattlesnake. I think the world record rattlesnake's like 9 feet. But anyway, yeah, the hurricane knocked that over. There may be one still down behind it. I don't want to cut these because there's some more stuff down behind it. I'm just gonna poke the camera up over there where you can see. Maybe y'all can see down there. I don't know, that might just be all stumps sticking out that was already sawed up. But if I go cutting on it, this crap's gonna wind up in the pond and I won't be able to get it out. I don't have access to a tractor and I don't own one either. Yeah, this is the back corner, the back of the pond along the dam, which I know I ain't never showed y'all this before, but yeah. Pond's actually big enough to use a boat in, which that I'm kindly proud of. Down here in the woods, there's still trees all down back here. We didn't, well, I haven't done any of the cleanup. A friend of Michelle's family, Tim, he hunts this property, and in exchange for hunting on it, he just does little odds and ends around the house to help out. Well, him and his wife, I should say. They do that, and well, they've been doing it for years, and it's been working out. So I mean, I don't see any reason to change it. But yeah, there's still every tree that was down back here except for maybe one is still here. There's been a couple that's been cut up. I was in the pond fishing late yesterday afternoon, YouTube. I got the heebie-jeebies out there. I saw a snake swimming across the pond. I didn't know the damn things could swim that fast. It wasn't a water moccasin, it was just one of them old black snakes, which that in of itself was a first for me. I've never actually seen a black snake swim. This is just an old trash pile. Hate to dump it here in the woods, but down here, the dumpsters, not just around the corner. Well, we don't have roadside pickup, and the dumpsters, they are not exactly close by. We've got to go over 10 miles to get to a dumpster. Well, one of them, and it's about 5 to 7 for the other one. YouTube, we're coming up on my deer stand, the one that I have left. Helene knocked the tree over on the other one. I think I can fix it though, but it's so old and rusted, and it was homemade to begin with and give to me. I'm not entirely sure that one's going to be worth fixing. But that's the back of my deer stand, which, yeah, I got to do some cleaning up if I'm going to hunt deer out of that thing next year. Well, the fall of this year, I should say. And I don't have that thing up as high as it'll go. Never really felt comfortable sitting in a chair that high off the ground. I shouldn't have any problem with it. I used to be a billboard painter. I've climbed 130 feet up in the air, 130 feet straight up in the air on a ladder before. Actually, probably several thousand times with a rope hanging off of me. Back then, YouTube, the billboards were still painted, and I was probably between 16 and 20 years old at the time. I started working that job when I was 16. Yeah, when I shoot deer, I hunt that stand right there, and down here where I put my corn out at. By the way, YouTube, baiting deer is legal here in Georgia. I don't want to hear it. It's perfectly legal now. But right about here, yeah, I think it's here. Since the hurricane came, everything's kind of changed. But yeah, it's right about in here where I put my corn out. Actually, is it? But yeah, I think it's right about in here. We're about 55 yards away from the stand. I know it to be 55 yards, YouTube, because I paced it off. And if you measure my shoe, even though it's a size 10, it measures out at 12 inches long. Don't ask me, I don't understand it either. But yeah, right down, let's see, I'm pretty sure they wasn't able to get the stump up. There was a tree down here across the path, which, now that was the small one. There was a huge, gigantic one down, I believe, well, I can't even see the root ball of that one. I wonder do they use a tractor and stand it back up where you can't see it. Huh. Looks like some more crap has done fell through the winter time. There's a tree that Helene just snapped. They're not, I didn't show it because I didn't think about it, but up there on Michelle's roof, there was 3 trees come down on it. Thankfully, they didn't do no serious damage. Oh, that must have been a limb that was just kindly, I don't know, maybe that tree's been down and I just don't remember it. But Tim's deer stands right over there. There's a big old tree down in front of his stand. But yeah, they're just down everywhere down here, you know. But anyway, yeah, by the way, this little roadway, if anybody got anything to say about me shooting that close to a roadway, it ain't really a roadway, it's just kind of an access road that Michelle's parents put here to be able to have access to this part of the property easily. It's not a public road at all, and it was made by her parents and entirely contained on this property. It is the very essence of a private road. So no, I was not breaking any law there either. And I did check to be sure that there wasn't nobody down here before we turned the camera on. Even though I knew damn well there weren't nobody down here, but I check anyway, just because I don't want to have an instance of somebody back here, you know, just being back here that ain't supposed to be back here. Look at the root ball on that big old oak tree. But, all right, YouTube, that's gonna be enough of this. Cause it's still kind of depressing, because all the stuff's we're not gonna be able to get all this stuff out, even with heavy equipment, without doing any more damage to the place than it's already done. So a lot of this stuff's just gonna have to lay here and rot. All right, YouTube, I'm gonna cut the camera and we're gonna walk back up the hill. All right, see y'all in a few seconds. I'll flash for y'all. All right, YouTube, we're looking out across the pond for the outro. YouTube, I want to thank y'all for watching. I would appreciate it if y'all would like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with your friends. If y'all have any information that I think that I should need, I think I need to know about that Hawkwn rifle, I'd be happy to read your comment and reply, just as long as, you know, it's kept, you know, decent, not decent, but, you know, not some mean-spirited comment. Just a polite comment will do, and I'll respond to you. All right, YouTube. Thank y'all for watching.